Hey, what's up everyone? Vegetarian Zombie here, and I want to welcome you to a new series of sorts. This is a game called Empyrion. As you can see here, it's a game about being stuck on a desert planet. And that's it. Thanks for watching this episode. No. That's not how this is going to work. Okay, what is Empyrion? Empyrion is a new early access survival game. And this game has you stranded on this planet. And I believe this is a desert planet called Omicron. And here's my ship. And as you can see, this ship is actually kind of useless right now. It has no power. It can't even fly once I'm able to power it up here. Let's jump into the cockpit here. Here we go. See? Nothing's going on here. But this is kind of a Minecrafty-like game that takes place on many planets and even up in the great space, the big black. So we're stranded here, but in this series, what we're going to have to do is build all the necessary equipment to get off this rock and do some interplanetary exploring. There's I think 4 planets out there with more being added. There's also lots of different places like there's asteroid fields and I believe NPC things and whatever. I'm not too sure exactly how far it goes, but it's a pretty epic game. So here we are. We're trapped on the bottom. We're at the bottom of this valley here, and let's before we get going, I want to give a big shout out to Cage848. If you haven't watched Cage848, he does a lot of survival videos, and he primarily does 7 Days to Die, but he also does things like Subnautica, Rust, and so forth. And he's been doing a lot of episodes on Empyrion, and he actually did a giveaway on his channel, and I won the giveaway, and I won this game. And so he gave me the key for this. So I just want to give a big thank you, a big shout out to Cage. If you haven't seen his stuff, check it out. His stuff is really entertaining. I've been following him for about 6 months, and I have him up there on the sidebar of the channel if you're interested. All right, without further ado, let's talk about what we have to do. Well, you can see down in the lower left-hand corner, we have my health, my food, my oxygen, and my stamina. And then I also have my speed, which is sort of just running speed. So you can see, actually, though, this is walking speed, and here I'm running. You can see I'm just chowing through my stamina. And I can switch to jetpack mode. And I like jetpack mode. It's not a good way to get places fast, but as you can see, I can fly pretty high. And it's good when you're kind of stuck. And I've kind of found a way you can do like bunny hops with jetpacks, or I don't know if it's really a bunny hop, but you can go like so. You can just not fire it all at once. And it's great when you have a lot of structures nearby that you need to jump on top of. You can get around really quickly. So I definitely like the jetpack. Now, you'll see that we have oxygen. Our oxygen is going down. In fact, that's our first priority, is we have to make oxygen, because we're going to die if we don't have oxygen. And this planet is supposedly a very low oxygen planet. In fact, if I go to my inventory, you can see this is my guy here. He's green and black. And it's funny because they changed this original model. It looked like a guy who had just, like, gone to the bathroom in his pants. He had that expression of like, ah! But so this model is much better. And so you're wearing a spacesuit the entire time. And here's the thing: I would love if you had spacesuit options and stuff, and if you got damaged, your spacesuit would get damaged and everything. But no, right now they haven't. You know, this is very, very, very early access. So you use your spacesuit for everything, meaning I don't need to worry about it when I go into space. I don't have to worry about it in no oxygen environments. But needless to say, because I'm wearing a spacesuit, I need oxygen. Okay. Well, thankfully, our escape pod here, and that's what this is, has a bunch of supplies that we can use. I believe our escape pod comes from that ship over there. I believe I was in that ship, and that ship sort of burned through the atmosphere and crashed right there. Of course, the crash would probably be a lot more spectacular, but we can get some resources over there. We can strip that ship apart. I'm not going to do that, right? Not for a while, and you'll see why, because we actually have a lot of things we have to do beforehand. I played about 5 or 6 hours in this game so far, and it's really fun, but there's also a lot of grinding elements in the beginning game, and I'll be talking about that in just a bit. All right, let's look into these cabins here. These are power So we definitely need our power packs. And this is oxygen. Yay, we need those as well. And you can see here, it's our portable work light and our oxygen generator. Well, that wasn't too hard. And I'll take this core. This core is important for building bases and vehicles. We'll go to this next section. I'm pressing T now to open these up. It's kind of a weird button you would expect. Well, here's some rations. I'm going to put the rations down here. We'll put this in our 0 key. No, I guess I can't. We'll put this in our 9 key, and I'm going to be using the oxygen generator soon. I'm just going to put that right here. And let's see, we got purified water. We have a pistol. We already have a pistol, so we don't have to worry about that. We need the drill charge, and I'll be talking about that, and the flatten charge, too. This is our flatten tool, fill and flatten tool. You'll see how this comes into play in a little bit. And, of course, we'll take the med kit as well. Flashlights are useful at night. And we'll take the bullets. We'll need those, too. All right, let's check out on the other side. Whoops. I'm thinking Radiation Island here. Got to get over those controls. I'm going to hit T to get to here. And you can see we have all these guys here. So we're going to take all these. And what I'm doing is I'm holding shift and I'm pressing down. Magnesium power is very important to make bullets. And these Promethean pellets is what we use to make fuel. All right. Ah! Stop that. And this is stuff that we can later build our own farming. So we'll basically plant these things, and we have a grow light and growing plot. And I'm not too sure how that works in terms of a low oxygen environment, but I guess they haven't put those mechanics into play yet. Okay. First thing we need to do is get our oxygen. So what we can do is we're going to go actually into our power area. And power is indicated by these. These are like the power cells. So I'm going to hit T. And you can see we can have places where we can put power. So I'm just going to select this like this. And we're just going to power this baby up. I'm going to give all the power. And you can see now that this is on. So this indicates that, or this light is on. So this indicates this has power. Now I'm just going to jump in the cockpit. Ah! Jump in the cockpit! Oh my god, I'm drunk. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can just hit T. Okay, so we're in the cockpit. Yay! Now let's power this baby up. I'm going to press the Y key. Look at that. We got power. And as you can see, this doesn't really... I'm applying some engine, but this thing's useless. You can actually get this thing to work. You can refit and repair this. And if you watch Cage's videos, he actually gets this to be functional enough to fly into space. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'd rather build my own. But this is kind of a nice thing to start off with. Okay, how do we get oxygen? Let's go over here. We're going to hit T again. This is our oxygen supply. I'm going to put in these canisters of oxygen like that. And now I just walk right into this thing, and this will refill my suit. And you can see, there we go. Now if I go over here, hit T, you can see all the oxygen things are gone. Okay, I don't want to waste power, so we're going to shut this down. And we're going to, whoops, we're going to get out of here. Okay, so we need to get oxygen. Now, one thing I've seen is that some people come over here and they put their oxygen generator inside the water. I'm not too sure why you have to do that. Supposedly, the oxygen generator will work everywhere, and I think you get better oxygen supplies in the water. But what I've found is that once I get my oxygen generator working, I don't necessarily... Oxygen's not that big of a problem, so I'm just going to put it right next to my ship. That way I don't have to do a lot of walking, unnecessary walking. And you'll see that there's a lot of walking in this game. Okay, where to put my oxygen? I'm going to put it at 8. So let's put it right... Yeah, we don't want to get it near. You can see, like, I can put it where I can place it. And if I use the home keys, I can switch it around like that. And the N key turns in the opposite ways. I can do page up, which will rotate it, and so forth. So let's... maybe we'll just put it a little out of the way right here. How's that sound? There we go. So there's our oxygen generator. You know, it works. And what I'm going to do is get some power over here. I should have grabbed this. We're going to grab one of these guys. And you can see I'm already down to 4 instead of 5. So we need now to get power. I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to press T. And let's put our energy items into here. Where did I put that? Right, like so. And now we'll turn this guy on. I think it's the Y button. Is this on? Are we on? No, it's off. No oxygen source. Oh, God. So I do have to place it in the water. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, I figured... Okay, that's... Oh, the first thing you're gonna learn is how I can build an oxygen generator. I don't know how to remove that. Let me see. We got... All right. Awesome. Okay, let's get this thing on the road. Let's get this thing built. I'm going to introduce you to crafting and how we can build an oxygen generator. It's not that big of a deal. Let's turn the ship on. Woohoo! Okay, first thing we're going to want is power. So let's come here, and I'm going to drag these pellets. Now, this is the constructor. This is where we do all our crafting. And you'll be in this screen a lot. And I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because, I mean, it is a lot of work. There's a lot of micromanagement in this game. But we're going to build just some powers. And you can see this constructor has an inventory. And this queue is what is actually will build. So I'm going to build these things, I should say. I'm going to make 10 of these just for now. Not too many. And you can see that this lights up, meaning I can build this. So I'm just going to move this into the queue. And I'm going to select... Here. There we go. 10 of them. Just like that. Wait. Oh, it takes 10 per. Okay. Let's put this in the inventory. We'll try this again. Just like that. And the output is, what, did it jump out 2? Did it give me 2? Oh, yeah, it gives me 2. So that's plenty of time. Awesome. So our oxygen is going down. Our food's going down. Don't worry. No worries. We'll take care of all this. I can't believe it. Ah. All right, and this is my mining tool. And you can see here I can dig here, and it gives me these rocks will disappear. But you can see here is I'll dig a big hole. Is that working? Oh yeah, it's very you can see the landscape right here, a little steeper. Yeah. So it's not like Minecraft where you're doing pickaxe, but you know you're pickaxing a voxel world. No, this is much more organic. That said, I've heard reports that if you mine through the bottom of the world, you will literally fall out of it. Hate it when that happens. Okay, we'll go to this, and you can see we got plenty of these guys now. Awesome. Okay, let's look at the template for building an oxygen generator. You know, might as well build one last one. All right, so I'm going to come over here, and you can see we have all these little parts. This is what is considered a small constructor, and basically... You can't build that many things. With a large constructor, this right here, you can build a lot. So here's our oxygen generator. We need metal components, a control device, a computer, a molder, and a cable. Welcome to the world of dependency management. The way we do this is we start at the top. We go to oxygen generator, we need metal components. We need 5 metal components. So I come into here, and you can see I put all my resources in here. I come over here, and let me see. Do we have metal components? These are metal components. They just take an iron ingot and a cobalt ingot. So there's our, let me see. There's our iron ingot and there's our cobalt. So we want 5 of these. Is that 5? Well, where's my component? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So output count is 2. That will give us 10. Awesome. What's next? Let me see. Oxygen generator. All right, we need a control device. That one's pretty easy to make. You can see it just takes ingots. We'll add that next, and you can see how it just queues it up. It's just going to go through this queue. Next, we need our... And every time it does that, every time a new thing is created, it just removes this flyout, which is very irritating. They got to fix that. All right, we got to go to a computer. Now, a computer is not that easy to make. If we come down here, you can see we need another control device, 2 metal components, cables, and electronics. So we'll go to another control device, and we need 2 metal components, and 2 cables, and 2 electronics. And then I can make my computer. And this is red because right now I don't have the resources to build that. But I'll get there. Okay, what's next? A motor. So we come down here, I believe this, let me see. This is the motor. Oh no, this is the reaction core. Okay, motor. So we need 2 metal components. We got 2 more. 3 cables. 1, 2, 3. And 1 electronics. It's not too bad. And then we got our motor. Awesome. This is how you build things. This is a very small thing. Okay, we're going to do the cables here. 1 cable. Like that. Did I just do that? Yeah. As you can see, we're building our computer. So again, this is dependency management. As you can see, when you get to the really big things, like we'll go down to a core. Well, this is a thruster directional. That's not too bad, but some of them require a lot. It's like a lot of dependencies. Like some of them require like 4 computers, 5. You know what I mean? And you're just going through and having to micromanage this whole process. What would be nice is if you could just pick a part and then it would automatically calculate the dependencies for you. So here we go. And we're burning through this. Okay. Oh, and then since we'll be done, I'll just simply add my oxygen generator, like so. Okay, I have my oxygen generator all set up. As you can see, it's not too bad. Now it's getting a little dark, and let me see. I think this is the way to the lake, and I'm gonna run there. When it gets dark out, and naturally in a survival game, the big bad guys come, you know, and you'll see a few of them. And we're gonna eat some of these guys too, so no worries. It's a little bit dark here, and what I'll be doing is upping the gamma in post so that you can see a little better. And yeah, so if you see something clearly and I'm obviously not reacting, then chances are I don't see it. Okay, this is the water. Water is a little bit wonky in this game. I basically tried to, in an earlier game, I tried to cut a river to the escape pod, and the problem is the water doesn't right now have water physics. It just kind of hovers above anything you dig. All right, we're going to put our oxygen generator. This is my oxygen generator. We're going to put this down. There we go. Now we come in here, and do I have my... Yeah, we'll put these guys in. And you can see we're on. So it's important that you put your oxygen generator in something that has oxygen, like water. Well, it was a great way to show you the crafting system as well. Okay, now we're just going to get to shore. And, you know, it's not a big deal, like with the oxygen generator. This thing's going to produce a lot of oxygen, more than I'm going to need for a while. So we got that one part taken care of. The next thing we have to do is ultimately work on our food and our base, and I'll be covering that in the next episode. But before I sign off on this one, I just wanted to come up with a game plan about what I want to do with the series. The series is going to be ongoing, and it may appear, you know, we'll see how it does. But I think I'm going to be doing this for a while. My first video series was a mod called Galactic Craft, and that mod does everything that this game does. Like, you build your way to get into space, you fly into space, and you explore the planets, and that's exactly what this game does. Oh, I got to turn on the light, so you can see. There we go. So I'm gonna be doing this game for a while, especially like it's gonna be fun, like all the updates they have planned for it and everything. Now here's the way things work in this game. This game we can build this flying ship like this, and we can also build ground vehicles that can drive across the landscape. And then there's things called capital ships, and capital ships are really large ships that you can fly around from planet to planet. So these are really designed to get into space. The capital ships are designed to go into planetary travel. My plan, now, one thing a lot of other Let's Players have noticed is that building the resources it takes to build a land vehicle is almost identical to make a flying vehicle, which kind of removes the point of making land vehicles. You just create a flying vehicle, and then you can fly all over this planet. Well, in this playthrough, what I think I want to do is we're only going to build a spaceship vehicle, to get into space and to get down to planets. That's the only purpose of the vehicle. And then what I'm going to do is then create a land vehicle that we'll use to create, you know, to drive throughout this planet as well as other planets. And the launcher, we're gonna create a little space so that the launcher can contain our ground vehicle. So that means we can take off from this planet, And then ultimately we're going to build a capital ship, and then we're going to have to land our launcher with our ground vehicle inside of it. So it's going to be pretty cool. You don't have to do that. Again, you don't have to build a ground vehicle at all, at least currently because of the game. But we're going to try to build all of them. All right, well, that's it for this episode. I think in the next episode we'll start work on the beginnings of our base, as well as start figuring out our food situation. Then we're also going to need to get armed because the natives are somewhat restless. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and like I said, the next one is going to be fun. So I will see you then. Take care.